All right then, lads. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy, and we are back live with another live episode. Mikel Arteta has actually confirmed that we need a mixture in our squad. We need a mixture in our squad. And that's what you're going to be discussing about. Big deals. Big deals are coming up and more experienced players. It looks like we're going for more experienced players rather than the young profiles that we've been actually signing in. We will talk about House Hour. Of course, we have a big update around House Hour, and there's a big debate rather on what actually is happening between Arsenal and Lyon on House Hour. But that one is gonna get sorted very soon. We are gonna discuss that. We will discuss Manuel Locatelli. We will discuss James Maddison a little bit. We'll try to analyze all the stories and reports that have come out that have actually come out this evening and this throughout the day. Happy Eid for all the people, our Muslim fans on the community. So please do smash a like on the video. Do subscribe. We are gonna smash this. We are going to try to understand whatever is going on. Is Arsenal actually going for more experienced players? That is what Mikel Arteta has been speaking about. So without wasting any more time, let's get the party started. All right then, lads. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the evening show. Always with Cossy, your presenter. And we're gonna dive into a lot of talk, really a lot of talk. So make sure I get in your thoughts. I've asked you a question in the comment section. And it's pretty simple, but you've got to give me reasons in the comments why you think why you choose your answer. So today, the question comes from today's topic, and Mikel Arteta has been speaking about the quality and kind of players that are actually going to come in at the club. So he was asked whether the other players to come in at Arsenal are actually going to be the same quality and the same profile as Nuno Tavares and Albert Lokonga. And he actually said, this is what he said. It is one of the profiles, but we need a good mixture. We need some senior players with different types of leadership, with different qualities, people that can complement each other. And we're going to dive into that because that's a big statement at this point in time. It's a really big statement, for an Arsenal manager to come out and speak. Very big statement. So we're going to dive into that. We're going to speak about that in relation to James Maddison and in relation to House Hour and other reports. But the question in the comment box, and I've really made it easy for you. You can just vote, so make sure you're voting. The question there is, do you think Arsenal should be going for older players with experience, the likes of Ruben Neves, the likes of James Maddison, the likes of the likes of House Hour, the likes of Bissouma, or we should actually go for young talents with a lot of potential? Nuno Tavares, 21, Albert Lokonga, 21. Should we actually move? Should we sign in the young players? Because as we will dive into it, with signing in young players, you have a lot of time with them. You have a lot of things you're gonna explore. You have a lot of time and a lot of potential to tap. With the experienced players, there's a lot, of course, you're gonna get the experience, the pedigree, the leadership, as Mikel Arteta has been speaking about it, and a couple of other things. So we are gonna dive into the sense and trying to make his statements actually make some sense. We'll also speak about how close the deals are, and maybe getting your questions at the end of the show as well. So smash the like button. Let's get them to 50 right about now. That's really very important. Let's get them to 50 likes right about now as we begin the show. Right, let's get into the party now. Mikel Arteta has been speaking. Of course, he's Arsenal manager, if you didn't know. So he's been speaking ahead of our games in the USA, where we're gonna take part in a couple of preseason games. And he was asked about the quality and profile of players that are going to sign in after Lokonga and Nuno Tavares. So this was retweeted, or this was tweeted by Charles Watts and retweeted by me. So you can find it on my official Twitter handle. So he was asked, on whether the further additions that are coming in at the club are going to have a similar profile as Tavares and Lokonga. And the question actually meant to target in profile, they were actually asking in terms of age, in terms of potential, in terms of experience, pedigree, and things like that. So this is what Mikel Arteta had to say. He actually said it is one of the profiles, but we do need a mixture, a very good mixture. We need some senior players with different types of leadership, with different qualities, people that can complement each other. I've always spoken about complementarity on a daily basis on this channel, whether it is part of the midfield, whether it is part of defense, whether it is the forward line. You really need that complementarity in the side. The chemistry is much needed. So Mikel actually says we want to bring in different profiles now. We brought in the likes of Lokonga. We brought in the likes of Nuno Tavares, the young players. That is a profile that we needed, and we have actually brought in those players. But we also need players with different kind of leadership. We also need players. We also need some senior players. That is key. That is key, because he says we need a good mixture. We need some senior players. We need different types of leadership, different qualities of people that can complement each other. That is Mikel for you speaking about our transfer window, and I think he puts it right this time. We have always attacked him daytime, at least, personally, I've always attacked Mikel Arteta for being one of those managers that really do not want to speak, the truth. They never want to speak straightforward. But I think this time he's absolutely straightforward. He's absolutely straightforward, because he says, he actually says he wants players, he wants senior players. And I think, talking about senior players, you're talking about players that have the age, that have actually gained some age. Obviously, you're not a senior player at 19. You're not a senior player at 21. Maybe a senior player could be 23, 24, 25, and above. I think 23 years of age, 24. Okay, let's begin with 24. Houssem Aouar is 24. James Maddison is 24. Ben White is 23, but I don't think you can actually, I don't think he's upcoming. Yes, he's a young talent with a lot of potential, but not really senior, but I don't want to say he's upcoming as well. And a couple of other players. And then when he speaks about the kind of leadership, the different types of leadership that Arsenal is actually looking at and focusing on, you talk about Ben White in terms of the leadership, the types of leadership, Ben White. And you talk about James Maddison as well. Different qualities. I think Maddison is one of them. Those players that are actually so good at taking set pieces. I think Arsenal is really lacking that in that sense. And then also you think about players like Houssem Aouar that are very good at keeping the ball and progressing it from deeper areas to more advanced and to more advanced areas. I think the mixture that he's talking about is what we have been talking about all summer, all season. Arsenal need to get, because look, the young players and many people have been speaking about how Arsenal wasting a lot of time in the summer, how Arsenal is wasting a lot of time in the market buying young players, and this is the truth about it. Let's get into it now. One, young players are needed at a club. Absolutely needed at a club. There is no club that doesn't have young players. If you know a club that only has senior players, tell me one. United, they have Mason Greenwood in there. I think he's doing well. They have Dean Henderson as well, as a goalkeeper, also doing very, very well. They also have the likes of Brendan Williams as well. If you look at Liverpool, Trent has not been one of the oldest players. They have those young players like Trent and a couple of them. If you look at City, they have Phil Foden He's a young player, but very exciting as well. If you look at Chelsea, I think Mason Mount is just growing up, but he's also an exciting young talent. So the young players are always going to be there because you get so much by them. They offer so much. Then at times we realize when we go into the window, we want to bring in the old profile. We want to bring in the finished articles. We want to bring in Madison. We want to bring in Howsam Ower. When you speak about Lokonga, everyone is like, Cossy, Lokonga is not ready. Cossy, Lokonga is not a finished article. But what you get with young players is, one, you have the ability to get them at cheaper prices, like we got Nuno Tavares and Albert Sambi Lokonga. Two, when you get them, they they don't ask for a lot of game time. That's the first thing. You're not going to have a lot of conflict in who plays and who doesn't play. So if you look at Lokonga at the moment, this season, you expect Partey to start ahead of him. If our signs, you expect our to sign ahead of him, and that is the beauty with them. They are going to be understudies. They're going to be they are very good deputies. They're always they're always there to to provide the squad depth. And I think that's one of the things you really need as a club. If you're ambitious enough, like Arsenal, because I think we're becoming more ambitious now, you've got to have the squad depth. One of the problems that have been disturbing Leicester City, and I've already spoken about this on a daily basis. One of the problems that have been disturbing Leicester City is squad depth. Absolutely. So the young players, Nuno Tavares, I think he doesn't have the experience, but he gives you that glimpse of talent. So with young players, you get that. There's no purposes of squad depth. They're always there, but they also give you that extra quality, that extra talent when you need it. Tavares, Lokonga, Martinelli, Saka, and of course they're always reliable. That is the other thing, because if you look at Saka and what he has done last season for Arsenal, absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant for him as a young player. So the young profile is good, and I back Arsenal for bringing in Nuno. I back Arsenal for bringing in Albert Sambi Lokonga at the moment at the club. So I think that is enough, though. I think that is enough of the young players, of the young talent. That is enough, because now you have Lokonga, you have Nuno, you have Saka, you have Emil Smith-Rowe, and Gabriel Martinelli. I think those are the five players I can confirm that are going to be part of the senior squad, and they're under the age of 22. Senior players below 22. I've told you, every club must have these players. Every club has them. Absolutely. There is no club that doesn't have, young players. I know many Arsenal fans, including me, are really frustrated of the fact that we have not really been winning things and, this and that. But honestly, if you're going to speak about it, really, if you speak about it honestly from a logical point of view, there is absolutely no way you're going to have a side that doesn't have the young kids. You can never have it. It will never happen. So the young ones are always there, and they will always be there. So big up to Mikel. He says we needed that profile of players, and I absolutely agree with you. You need those young players that can actually fit in, because if Partey goes in the AFCON in January, you have Albert Sambi Lokonga fitting in for him very well for 1 month or so as Partey comes back, gets some rest and things like that. So brilliant idea, brilliant ideology from Arsenal to bring in the young players. But again, Mikel says now we need to focus on another group of players. Now we need to focus on another profile of players, and that's like the debate of age, experience, and leadership comes in. So when Mikel says we need a new profile of players, we need some big profiles, we need some experience somewhere, and we need some leadership somewhere, that is when the old players, that is when the more experienced players come in. Look, I'm just gonna say this, and make sure you smash the like button, people. Let's get them to 80 right about now. Let's get them to 80 right about now. Thanks, everybody. So let's speak about Martin Odegaard, right, and James Maddison. Now, in terms of age, I don't think they are far apart. James Maddison is 24, 25. Martin Odegaard is 23, 24. So in terms of age, There's no big disparity between these two players. But one of the things you have is quality. The difference you have between them is quality, leadership, and skills. Right. In James Maddison, you have a set piece taker. You have a dead ball situation master. Master class mind in James Maddison. He takes. He's so good at free kicks, so good at corners. That is one of the things you know. And apparently at Arsenal, I've not seen someone that is so good at corners, someone that is so good at free kicks. I've not seen anyone at Arsenal do that. Not really. Free kicks, no one. Corners, no one. Right. The other thing you have with James Maddison is goals. A goal scoring midfielder. There is absolutely no Arsenal midfielder in the past 3 years that has been scoring at least 10 goals per season. No player. Absolutely no player. I don't think it's. I've not really seen the leadership skills in James Maddison. I've not really seen them. But at least one of the qualities, or some of the qualities he adds to this Arsenal side, is urgency. We don't have that. Goal scoring from the midfield. You don't have that. Set pieces and dead ball situations. You don't have players that are specialized in that. Of course, Nicola Pepe is a little bit specialized in free kicks. How many has he taken? One in the Europa League. What was it? One in the Europa League or two? I think 2 of them in the Europa League. I think he's taken around only 2 free kicks in his career at Arsenal so far. So you need that person who is so consistent at dead ball situation. One of the players I really love when it comes to dead balls is James Ward-Prowse, Southampton. That lad is a cracker. That guy. And what is more frightening about James Ward-Prowse is the frequency and consistency at which he does that. That is what is more exciting about him, right? That is what is more exciting about him. You might think about players that really take free kicks for once in a while, but James Ward-Prowse, he's become a nightmare to defenses. He's become a nightmare to goalkeepers when it comes to dead ball situations, when it comes to free kicks. James Ward-Prowse, the quality, the energy, the power, the speed, and the accuracy he uses in his free kicks. Trust me, in the Premier League, let me think about it. If I think about it in the Premier League, how many players can I compare him to really? How many players can I compare to James Ward-Prowse in terms of dead ball situations? Not so many. Maybe Kevin De Bruyne, I could, but the frequency, no. I think with quality, Kevin De Bruyne with quality, yeah, but frequency, no. Nicola Pepe tries to do that as well in terms of free kicks. Bruno Fernandes tries as well, but not so frequently as well, especially the quality. Marcus Rashford as well, he tries, but his frequency again is questionable, and consistency with dead ball situations. So with James Ward-Prowse, if and this is what Mikel is saying, that what we want is a player that actually has some quality, some skill, better than the other players at the club, last season. And that is what we want. We've already spoken about that. I've already spoken about it, that if Arsenal are going to sign in good players, they've got to have the right quality. They've got to have something they add. So with James Maddison, sorry for talking about James Ward-Prowse. I was only giving up, an assimilation. So with James Ward-Prowse, what you have, James Maddison is a player that gives you that consistency in dead ball situations. So brilliant, very, very brilliant. So, and that's what Mikel is speaking about. That it's now high time that we start going for other qualities of players, other profiles of players, other players that can do things differently. If you remember last season, we had 78 likes. Let's get them to 90. Thanks everybody. Let's smash the like button to 90, and make sure you're voting. Do you like young players with a lot of potential, or you like the profile of players that are experienced and can do more work in the league? So Let's talk about last season. Let's talk about last season, right? Last season, we had Thomas Partey, we had Danny Ceballos, we had Emil Smith Rowe, and okay, that is our midfield, and Granit Xhaka, right? Ceballos and Xhaka are absolutely the same when they get the ball. Absolutely the same. They'll take a shot. They'll take one shot in 10 games or in 5 games, right? They would not score a goal in a season, or they'll score one goal in a season. And they always pass the basic pass. They do the basic pass. Get that ball and give it to the person that is, give it to the predicted person. Pass it to your left or pass it to your right. Or pass it to the person behind you. That is Ceballos. That is Xhaka. Right? They are, they almost have the same qualities. Absolutely the same qualities when in possession. With that possession, I think Xhaka is a better player in terms of, probably winning the ball back, but I don't think he does that frequently and consistently as well. Thomas Partey was shining in every game. I don't really mean shining as a star, but I mean his qualities were outstanding in every game he appeared in. And the reason there is he's a different profile. He's a different kind of player. A player who sees the different picture in possession and sees a very different picture without possession. That is Thomas Partey. When we brought in Martin Odegaard and Emil Smith Rowe, of course, coming into the squad on 26th of December against Chelsea, Boxing Day, and Martin Odegaard coming into coming in January to join the side. When these two came in at Arsenal, we cheered them. If you didn't cheer any of these two, you're a hypocrite. You are an absolute hypocrite. Because what Emil Smith Rowe gave us is not actually what a number 10 does. Because for me, he's a good player. I mean, you could play him behind the striker, it's going to do well. But that is not what he wants. He wants more freedom than confining him to that spot of you're the half nine, you're the attacking midfielder, you're the central attacking midfielder. He wants more freedom than that. And one of the things he did as a player when he came on in that Arsenal side was stretching play so that we can actually stretch the pitch wider, make the opponent work more. Because our play was just so basic. Pass it around. It was so easy for anyone to mark us, to mark us. Because Ceballos passes it to Xhaka, Xhaka passes it to Ceballos, and Ceballos plays with the Hector Bellerin back to Xhaka, Xhaka to Ceballos, and Xhaka to Tierney. That was our simple triangle, right? Occasionally, Aubameyang drops in and gets involved as well and passes it back. That was our simple triangle, and we scored very, very few goals because the players we had did the same thing. No one was different. When Emil Smith Rowe actually comes into this side and combined with Saka, because their mentality is so different from the likes of Ceballos, from the likes of Xhaka. And if you look at Emil Smith Rowe, when he gets that ball, he does two things. One, if he gets the ball, if he gets in possession, facing his own side, facing his own goal, he will make a turn. Or if he gets the ball facing the opponent's side, he's gonna dribble and look for that forward pass. Something that Xhaka really doesn't have. Something that Danny Ceballos really didn't do last season. When Odegaard came in, he was slow. I agree, right? Idi Mubarak, guys. So he was so slow, and everybody's gonna say, "Oh, Odegaard was slow." He had some specific qualities that Arsenal didn't have: ball control and game control. And many people don't appreciate Martin Odegaard because they don't understand exactly what those qualities are about. Game control and ball control. Those qualities are absolutely important. We are at 94 likes. Let's get them to 100 people. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. That really, really means a lot. Thanks, everybody. Let's get them to 100 likes, and probably we will be very close to 120. So make sure I get to 100 likes. 6 more likes to do that. Let's get to 100. So, as I was saying, Odegaard and Emil Smith Rowe are two players that have a different skill set. Saka also has a different skill set as a player as well. Then you have Xhaka and Ceballos who have a different skill set. Partey has a different skill set as well. So that is what Mikel is saying. You need players that can complement each other. Max Aarons with Saka, Tierney with Pepe. That is what we are talking about. The complementarity in the squad. You've got to complementarity is more of fitting in together because one helps the other. That is what that's what we mean by complementarity. You help me, I help you. We blend into one, and we can coexist together. I think one of the reasons why we played very wonderful football from the left side, of the pitch last season was the quality of players that were there. Kian Tierney, Pepe, and Aubameyang. Look, for me, Aubameyang didn't do much last season, but Kian Tierney on down that left hand side was brilliant. Many crosses came from the left hand side of the pitch, and many goals were created from there. The right hand side that had Cedric, that had Bellerin, was absolutely down, and that's why I've got to back Mikel Arteta when he says we need different profiles of players, we need different qualities and different players that can actually provide leadership. I think Partey can lead that midfield very well. If he gets more serious, he can lead that midfield because he has the physique, he has the character, and I think he has the experience. 28 years of age, played at a club like Atletico Madrid, formidable, talented. I think he can lead that midfield. Ben White, of course, for me, leading the defense at Arsenal, honestly speaking, it should be Bernd Leno. Because Leno, being 29 at the moment, he's played a lot of games, a lot of minutes, a lot of appearances. But with Leno, you have a goalkeeper that really doesn't command a lot. He doesn't really command his defense. He doesn't really talk to his defenders as it would have been needed. But again, if you think about Ben White and what we have actually been speaking about in terms of quality, in terms of in terms of leadership and what we do not have, I think it's a massive upgrade to Rob Holding. Rob Holding lacks awareness. Ben White has the awareness. Absolutely. So I back Mikel Arteta. I really, really back Mikel when he says maybe Arsenal, it's high time we started bringing in those quality, those quality and profile of players. What do you think, people in the chat? Do you think Mikel is right? Do you think Mikel is right? Is it high time Arsenal started bringing in, those profiles of players? So, of course, when he speaks about them, what comes into picture is Houssem Aouar, Maddison, Ben White, Max Aarons, and the likes of Aaron Ramsdale. And now we are going to dive into the transfer rumors that happened today. I mean, we were only talking about what Mikel Arteta has said. Now we are going to dive into the transfer talk of today. What has actually happened, around the club today? Because a lot has been happening. Many of you have been enjoying the day off, in Eid celebrations, and we'll come back. Let's get back to business. Let's get to work, right? Let's really, really get to work. So I'm going to read for you a couple of articles, and we're going to speak about a couple of articles that have actually come out this very day. Make sure you join the WhatsApp group. Link is in the description. I hope the link works. Yeah, link is in the description. Make sure you do follow us on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp group is very, very active. Thank you, Stella. And thanks to everybody who has joined, Van Persie and a couple of other people. I can see the discussions. I always follow the discussions, and they're very, very, very interesting. So make sure you join the lives and join me as well there. We will discuss many, many stories concerning Arsenal. And speaking about our WhatsApp group and speaking about, the link is in the description. Link is down in the description. Below the title, there is a WhatsApp link. Join the group and we will discuss a lot. So speaking about the WhatsApp group, there are two stories that we must discuss in depth. And I'm going to tell you what has come out, and I'll tell you what I know and what I've confirmed at the moment. The first one is from Ben White, and the other is from Houssem Aouar. Those are the two stories actually about Houssem Aouar and about Ben White. Now, apparently, I've seen a story that, look, I've seen Deluded Guna has done that. I trust Deluded. 100%. He's not a journalist. He's he's a YouTuber. Just like me. But he's one of those people that rarely publish stories off their head. They will get it somewhere, and I think he got it somewhere. I've seen a couple of I've seen a couple of blogs on Twitter as well, saying that Ben White has actually taken a private jet to land in to come to England, to come to London and finish his medicals early. The reports indicate that the player has actually cut his holiday short and will be announced as an Arsenal player very, very soon. Now, the last piece of information I got was that Ben White will do his medicals earliest 26th July. Earliest 26th July. That is the information I have at the moment. That was from Sky. Sheth speaking about medicals next week and announcement next week as well. But a couple of reports have come out and trashed that so many times, saying that the player is actually taking a break, is breaking his holiday short, and it will be announced as an Arsenal player very, very soon. What I'm gonna say about this is, if it is true, I will find out and I'll do the story. If it is not true, I will not publish the story. But if it is true, I think it's wonderful from Ben. It's really, really wonderful from Ben. I mean, all English players were given 21 days holiday. All English players that took part in the Euros were given 21 days holiday. But if he's cutting it short to join Arsenal, I think that is really, I don't know how I should call it, but I think that then I'll be in love with his character. Absolutely. A player that has the guts to cut their holiday short in order to join you is a wonderful player. It's absolutely a very, very wonderful player. So that is what is actually happening. There's a lot being spoken. A lot being spoken. But like I said, I've not confirmed that. I've not really confirmed that. I've only seen Deluded do that story, and I do trust Deluded. Gonna big up my man Deluded. Always a real one. Very, 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 very big. Very, very big Arsenal fan. I really do love his content. So that is one of the stories, and we've had that debate on our WhatsApp chat. If you want to join it, link is in the description. Thanks for smashing the like button, people. Let's get them to 150 right about now. Do smash the like button. Let's get them to 150 right about now. So with the Ben White story, I've seen people telling me, Cossy, Ben White has cut his his holiday short, blah blah blah, things like that. I've not confirmed it anywhere. I've not seen it with a trusted source. Actually, I've seen one of my favorite Twitter guys has actually been saying that the story is false. The guy is not the one. And some people are saying the guy is the one. So with the Ben White traveling and boarding to London, we cannot really verify. We cannot really say he is the one, and we can't say he is not the one. So the story is not yet verified. So if you've seen the story, at the moment it stands. And if you've not seen the story, let us wait for more information. We can actually call it, and then we can actually qualify it. Right. Apart from that, we've had a House Hour saga as well. Again, another couple of reports that are not even, because I'm not seeing deal agreed anywhere. I'm not seeing price agreed anywhere, but stories are still circulating. And many people have been asking me, Cossy, is it true? And I've not seen any credible source. At least not even Leighton Sport, not even Lee Equip, come out and saying that a bid is in, or a bid has been confirmed. So the stories that have been happening, or that have been taking rounds, are that Arsenal, and I'm gonna quote two YouTubers. Don't attack them. I'm not really trying to attack them. I'm only using them as a reference. The first one is from the Football Terrace. That said, from Terry, and says he was saying that according to reports, Arsenal have agreed a fee with Lyon for Housem Hour. The other one I've seen is from Lee Ghana, and he was saying deal agreed, but Arsenal still waiting on Manuel Locatelli. So those are the two stories I've seen. I've tried to check the other, the other sources of information, maybe Twitter, maybe blogs, and I've not really found that. But what is happening is that many people have picked up the story, and many of you have been asking me, Cossy, how about the fee? How about how some hour agreement and things like that? I don't have that information. I don't have that information at the moment. The information I can give you at the moment, it comes from Alexis Bernard, Litton Sport, and it says Peter Bosz is a big fan of Houssem Aouar, and he wants to keep him at Lyon amid interests from other clubs. That is according to Alexis Bernard. And with Alexis Bernard, he's been giving us a lot of updates with Houssem Aouar and French news. But his problem is becoming so inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. Speaks one thing and then trashes it himself in the next update. That's the problem. He's become very, very, very inconsistent. Very inconsistent. But look, sorry for that. That really doesn't mean. Look, that really doesn't mean that the story is false. The story could be true. Maybe Arsenal have agreed a deal with Lyon. I'm not really sure about that because, like I said, I've not seen that from any of my trusted sources. I've not really seen that. I've only seen it on a couple of YouTube channels, and a couple of people asking me about it. But the situation with the information that I have at the moment is Arsenal are still looking at Manuel Locatelli. Arsenal are still waiting, waiting on Manuel Locatelli, and they're still waiting to see what comes out of the negotiation rooms between Lyon, between Sassuolo and Juve. Today, an offer has been proposed, including 2 players from Juve in a swap deal for Manuel Locatelli. And what we do not know at the moment is whether they're gonna is whether this deal is gonna go through or not. So I'm gonna read to you an article that I read a couple of that I retweeted a couple of minutes ago. It's from Sky Sport Italia, right? So this is what Sky Sport Italia actually said. They said Fazioli is one of the players that have been involved in a swap deal with Manuel Locatelli. And according to Sky Sport Italia, they said Juventus would like to sign Locatelli, and Arsenal have already offered 40 million euros. But I can assure you that as of today, Fagioli has not been included in the deal. That was that statement was made by Fagioli's agent. I would like to get a clear, because I did get to retweets on that. Yeah, this is the clear one. Andre D'Amico is the agent to Nicolo Fagioli, and he said the situation happening with Arsenal and Manuel Locatelli. He said Juventus would like to sign Locatelli, but I can assure you that as of today, Fagioli has not been included in a swap deal. In a swap deal, Arsenal have already offered 40 million euros. That is according to the agent of one of the players that are being proposed in the swap deal. Please do smash like button, people. Please do smash that like button. Let's get them to 160 right about now. Please make sure you smash the like button. Make sure the like button is being smashed right about now. Make sure the like button is being smashed right about now. Let's get them to 160. So with Manuel Locatelli, with Houssem Aouar, that is the information I have. I don't have any deals agreed. I have nothing like that at the moment. The other pieces of stories, the other pieces of news we have is next week, Granit Xhaka will join Jose Mourinho, in training in preseason. So that one is confirmed as well. And then the other has been reported by Get French News, and they were saying that Houssem Aouar actually is one of the players that will be led will be shed off or will be cut off by Lyon, as in their attempt to reduce their high income earners, and that includes Joachim Andersen, that includes Thiago Mendes, and that includes Houssem Aouar as well. So basically, this evening, that is all. There is nothing like deals are great. There is nothing. I think the biggest update comes from Mikel Arteta. Honestly, the biggest update comes from Mikel Arteta speaking about Arsenal transfers. That is the biggest update that comes comes in today, right at the moment. Make sure you smash the like button, people. Make sure you smash that like button. Let's get them to 160 right about now. Right. Can I speak? Can I take some of your comments now? There's so many, aren't they? Can I take some of your comments right about now? And tell me what you think about these stories. Tell me what you think about. Do you think maybe Arsenal should go for more experienced players? Do you think the young players, the young profile, is what we should go for? Tell me what you think about that, and we will understand, and I will try to understand your point of view. Hi, Cossy, how are you? Any news on 7 players Arsenal are targeting? Thank you, please. We've spoken about that quite length in the video. Hi, Cossy, any news about Aouar? Aouar done or still a rumor? I've not really seen that. Hi, Cossy. What are our transfer plans besides signing Tavares and Lokonga? I've also spoken about that. Who are the young players, Cossy? You are talking about the young players. It was Nuno, and it was Lokonga as well. Nuno and Albert Sam Lokonga, right? Good afternoon, Cossy. I'm from Silarion. Big up, much love from Silarion as well. Much love from Silarion. Stella says, I think Arteta has got some sense. I mean, it's the interview was good. The interview was good. Hello, Cossy. Thank you for the updates. Thank you so much. Okay. Katja says, I have seen also from Ligue 1. Yeah, exactly. I've seen the story. Welcome, everyone. If you like Chelsea, like the video. If you don't like Chelsea, what about that? Arteta, they come for it. Right. After they come for Eid. Oh, I thought Arteta. After he come for Eid, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me for Eid. But there is no way I can actually come. My country is locked. Hi, Cossy, guys. Let's make 300 likes. Thank you so much. Ronnie K, for me, I need Madison and Aouar. Thank you so much, Ronnie. My man Glenn, big up Glenn says Madison or we riot. Is it sure we are going to sign them? Let's wait and see. It's just Madison coming to Arsenal. We should have asked Mikel Arteta about that. Cossy, I'm Isma. I like the way you're talking about. Big up to you, man. Thank you so much. Do you have such much trust as I got in Arteta? Not really. I've already spoken about the less trust I have in him. Hi, Cossy. I'm tuned in from Kenya. Fantastic job. Thank you so much. Hi, Cossy. How are you doing, Jabi? Right, people. Right about now, it's 190 people have actually voted. 190 people have voted, and 63% think we need to get in young players. 63%, 68, 63 seem to think we should actually get in the young players to join the club. So guys, that has been the evening update. Of course, I will speak to you very, very soon, in less than an hour from now.